Yo, 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 yo. Good afternoon, good morning. What's going on in the markets today? Alright, new 30-minute candle just opened. Alright, let's start with pound yen. Pound yen. So we haven't had much movement on pound yen so far today. Okay, it's 86 pips. It's pushed up. And that's Asian and London. Most of it happened during London, I think, to be honest. But current daily candle is bullish. We've broken yesterday's high. And we've tapped into this daily resistance at 189.5. 4 hour is currently bullish. And we have yet to fill this wick. This previous 4 hour top wick. So I mean, if we continue up, it's not far, we've got about 20 pips to the top of this wick, but it has been a very slow push. Still have an hour and a half, and we might actually get there in the next couple 30-minute candles. But we have bullish structure on the 4 hour, but we are approaching this daily and 4 hour resistance again. So I mean, we've already rejected it. We could, if we don't break this previous high, I think we get a pullback from here, but it's looking quite bullish at the moment, although it's a very slow push. So where are my levels I had? Alright, so the 30-minute, last 30-minute closed above this minor resistance here, so we might actually retest that resistance with this candle here, although we do have these wicks to the left. We'll see, but structure on the 30-minute, it's an uptrend structure. Got the highs, the lows, and then we've got a higher high here, but we've got all of these higher lows. And when we pulled back from this 4 hour resistance, we came and retested this broken 30-minute level, and then formed the support to continue pushing up. But as you can see, it's a very slow push up, not much volume, not too much volume. But yeah, I think you know, we might actually, I don't want to jump into a trade just yet, but it does kind of look like a closure above. I just don't really like these wicks to the left. If it didn't have these wicks, I probably would have got in at the break of this high, but I'm not going to rush anything just yet. So it's been a slow push. It's pretty much range in there. So yeah, I'm not going to force anything. What's up, Benny? What's up? What's up? GJ impulse entry. Man, go for it, guy. Go for it. Go for it. I know you're on a roll with GJ today. Alright, so gold. Gold is currently bullish on the daily. We pushed up. It's kind of been ranging, gold has. Not great price action today. I mean, we're used to having these big 1,000 pip daily candles. Like all of these candles like 1,000 pips. But it's kind of died down now. Not much news this week as well. Not much going on. Everything seems to have settled for a little bit. But daily's currently bullish. 4 hours bearish. So yeah, we're ranging on the higher time frames. They're not aligned. We've got this 4 hour range. So from 32.06 up to about 32.38. We're within that 4-hour range. Yeah, not much going on with gold. I was looking at sells earlier, but price pushed down first and then came up and made the top wick, but it ended up pushing all the way up. So man, I just left gold for the rest of London session. Although look, it came, retested this resistance, formed a resistance here, and we had a nice push down at 10:30, nice continuation pattern. But yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to gold. Look, right now we actually have a 30-minute closure below. This actually looks like a good place for some sells, but don't like these wicks right here to the left. It's faked me out before. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Wait till we get to market open. Yeah, not much volume, nothing much going on in the markets right now. Hey Rosie, you right? Hey Anna, how are you? Rosie said GJ is still bullish, but it needs to break 189.5. It's a strong level. Yes, it is. That's what I was saying. It's actually a daily and a 4-hour resistance right here. So on my broker, there's actually a top wick for this daily and 4-hour candle. Even so, this 4-hour candle's already come up and made that wick now. It's made a little range up here, and then we dropped. So right now, in order to get a wick fill, I'm looking for this uptrend structure, which we're kind of getting right now. But it's a slow push. I just need GJ to make a bottom wick and then continue up. But I wouldn't get into a trade here. We need to break all of these highs to the left. If these top wicks weren't here and it was just this candle and we had a closure above, then I'll be in the buyers, but not with these two wicks. Alright, gold's actually falling this time. Got no news today. So we did have pound unemployment claims, or job claims, and the unemployment rate earlier on 7 o'clock this morning, and this was the candle here. So it was a straight push down, tapped into this previous 4-hour level, so it was a resistance, turned into a support. It was a decent push down, about 30 pips. So I was watching the move, maybe more. Look, 37 pips, came down. Once it pulled up and closed back above here, I was like, okay, it's going back up. And the push up, it happened kind of late as well. It wasn't very early in the candle. Yeah, look, it was just one strong push. Look at this 5-minute candle at 7:40. It just started pushing. Hello, Yeehaw. Hello, hello. Yeah, GJ started pushing up. Now, did get the closure above right here, but there was another resistance to the left, which is here. And then by the time this candle closed above, I was looking at this 4-hour resistance. I thought, I can't buy into that, because you know what happens at 4-hour levels on pound yen, they get respected. And it was already, I think, 8:30 at that time. Yeah, 8:30. So yeah, would have taken a break at a high if that hadn't been there. But yeah, pushed up, closed right on the resistance, and then 9 o'clock we fell. So I know Benny and Caswell took the sells back down from this 4-hour level. So 20 pips down to that resistance, and then if you held, would have got a few more pips. But you know, I don't trade after 9 o'clock. Between 9 and say like 11:30. And that's because I find there's less volume, or we get these pullbacks. And also the new 4-hour candle opens at 10, so I like for that to set up and make a little wick, top wick, bottom wick. Alright, pound yen, you ready to push, or what are we doing here? How far down did gold push? 14 pips. This used to be a really good setup of mine. I don't see it as often anymore, but it's literally a closure below then this continuation candle, especially below a key level or for a breakout. This used to be a very, very good setup of mine. But like I said, this wick to the left kind of been faked out. Not faked out, I didn't get into the trade, but I was anticipating a drop from here too. But super clean range for gold right now. If it did want to drive down, so obviously first level to look out for would be this support right here. I think this is just a GJ bottom wick, to be honest, before it flies up. Now if GJ doesn't want to fill that wick, if it doesn't want to fill this wick, then we might get some sells on the next 4-hour candle. Wouldn't be right now, I don't think. But for me to get into some pound yen sells, I would need a closure below this resistance. And where's the next 4-hour level? Yeah, down to this 4-hour level. That's where I'll be looking. That's where I'll be targeting. Little 50 pips. GJ's just looking like a barcode. He said you like a quiet sorry, you like a quiet news week. Do you know what? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like when there's news, because I know that there's gonna be volume after the news. So even if well, I don't take news trades anyway, but I like to catch the volume after the news. Yeah, we know it usually brings some volume, doesn't it? Right, pound yen, what are we doing? Are we gonna break below this resistance? Come on. Oh, gold looks like it's dropping. Damn. This was a nice move. We'll have to journal this one for sure. Daily's bearish. 4 hours bearish. Nice little drop. Should fill this range. Now we've broken this wick. Caswell, what's happening? Ooh, 10 minutes. What are you saying, Caswell? Some more GJ sells? More GJ sells coming? Still have a whole 10 minutes left for this candle. Yeah, as long as it pushes down into this range, as long as it pushes down, I'll be looking to take sells on the next candle, at the 1 o'clock candle. Lovely, 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 GJ. Sales coming. I think so. I think so. Said GJ's bullish. Yeah. So with pound yen right now, said it might be a fake out. With pound yen, so I'm thinking 4 hour level to 4 hour level. So resistance to support. That's literally, in fact, let me put this here. Alright, so I'm thinking zone to zone. That's literally all I'm thinking for pound yen. If it wants to be bullish, that's cool. That's cool. But the things that are making me lean towards sells is the fact that we're pushing down from a 4-hour resistance, 4-hour daily resistance. That's one. 4-hour candle is now bearish. So that's two. And we didn't break the previous 4-hour high. So that's another like bearish confirmation for me. And I believe this is the Asian range down here. And we're back below Asian, back in the range, in the Asian range. So that's why I'm leaning towards, sells. Now, short-term sells, they don't have to be long. And look where the Asian lows are, right by the 4-hour support. So I think I can squeeze 20 pips out of the sells. That's what I'm looking to do. So for that, I would need pound yen to obviously close in this range in the next 6 minutes. And then next candle, create a nice top wick, maybe even retest this resistance and then just sell down. And then obviously I'll manage the trade on the way down, but that's what I'm looking for. So it all depends on this candle closing below this resistance, this support. Now if it doesn't, then I think pound yen wants to keep going up. But that'd be my confirmation, a closure back in the range. Look at that pullback. Oof. 10 pips. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. A lot can happen. Oh, it's pulling back up. Come on, GJ. Also, I don't really want this candle to leave a long bottom wick. Because I want to take the break of the low. you like these cells over the gold ones, even with the wicks? You know what, that's a good question. That's actually a good question. And the reason I like this one is because this is the first candle closing below this level. The reason I didn't like gold is because gold faked me out earlier. So this was my original, before this candle came back up, this was the first support that I had during London session. So look, this candle closed below at 8 o'clock. I actually said it in a Discord, I'm looking for gold sells. But what happened was it pushed down first. Then it came back up like it was making a top wick, but it didn't come back down. So if it made a top wick and then rebroke this low, I would have been in some sells, but that didn't happen. So that's why I'm a bit more cautious that this is a rejection area, because every time prices come down here, it's pushed back up. So we've come down to this level, we've pushed up. We've come down into this area, we've pushed up. And look, we've just done it again. So that's why. But with this wasn't a closure below. This was just a bearish candle. And then the next candle, even though it pushed down, this wasn't the range for me. But now we have a range here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Got, yeah, good. So now we just need this closure below, really. Oh, we might not get that closure below. This is a very strong level that we have here, because it's first it was resistance, now it's a support. Ay. Alright, GJ, we staying above here then? What are we doing? Oh, might not get the sells just yet. Right, Rosie, GJ is bullish. Let's see if it closes by this Asian high. So gold, I mean, gold was a nice sell. Got to 28 pips. Now the stop loss, 46 pips, 45 pips. Would have been looking to get about 30. So yeah, this trade might have been a break even, or just a very long trade. Looking to close partials at 30 pips normally for gold. Didn't quite get there. Alright, so GJ did not close below, so no sells for me, not even an impulse entry. Nah. So it's a second pull up, or third pull up we've had from this area down here. See the structure on the 1 hour. Structure on the 1 hour is kind of bearish. Now, pound yen. Is this candle gonna push all the way up and leave a strong bullish candle? Give us that full barcode effect. You said, I hope we don't get a long consolidation on GJ. Man, I hope not too. I hope not too. I actually thought after the jobs data this morning that we might have some direction. But I guess we had a little push up. I guess that was for news, but didn't expect this range here. Alright, let's go to see, gold actually still closed below this support. A 1 hour structure. This looks bearish. I think gold will fill this range today. If it continues like this, I mean, 1 hour structure is very bearish. 30-minute structure is actually bearish. We've got these lower highs, these lower lows. It's just not driving through this range. So it might just have to wait for market open. Yeah, it looks like that's what it's waiting for. Alright, well, gold's chilling. What's GJ doing? Nothing. Man, I hope all the volume wasn't from hasn't left us already. So Asian session, yeah, Asian session pretty much ranged. Well, that's old. Let's move that. 66.4. And pound yen has moved 100 pips today. It's not as much as usual. Alright, is this a 1 hour top wick? Just gotta wait, man. Waiting for these setups. Still looking for a closure below. If I wanted to take some buys though on pound yen, I would need price to close above this resistance here. And I think with volume, we keep pushing up. Late moves today. Yeah, I think we're going to get late moves. Yeah, I think we're going to get late moves. Now, if this candle closes, what I'd be expecting is maybe this candle close bullish, and then the next candle, the 130 candle, close above, and then get sells at 2 o'clock, but that'll be the new 4-hour candle. And then, but once we're above this level, we should be breaking, like on the new 4-hour, we should break this high at 189.35 if we close above here. So that's what I'd be looking for buys. Unless this candle shoots all the way up and closes above, then the buys would be on the 130 candle. But now if this candle just makes a top wick and then closes below, then obviously sells on the next 30-minute. But yeah, let's wait for that volume to kick in. It will come in somewhere. Gold is just not really doing much. Still early. Yo, Kyron, watching your live and I saw you mention jobs data. Can I also find? Yeah, so with job stuff, alright, so there's 2 websites you can use to get information about the news that comes out. So Forex Factory is one, and FX Street is another one. So if you go to that website and then you click on, let me go to it now. So if you go to the website and then you click on, it's like a folder on the right hand side under detail. It will give you all the details about the data that came out, and then it will tell you if this happens, it's good for the currency or bad for the currency. So we had pound yen news today. We had pound news today, sorry, pound jobs. It was good. The forecast was 30.3. It came out 18.7 in green, which means it was positive for the currency. Therefore, pound yen went up because the pound got stronger. Now, if it was negative and it came out red, pound yen probably would have went down. But sometimes the news doesn't always carry on for the whole day. So you'll get a reaction. You'll get a reaction to the news, but it won't. Like if it's bullish, it might not stay bullish for the whole day. So yeah, this was the news candle, 7 o'clock. It dropped and then it came back up. but some news can be a bit tricky because basically if the UK economy is doing well, then the Bank of England are going to reduce interest rates, which will weaken the pound. So you kind of have to look at the articles and hear what they're talking about, how well the economy is doing, XYZ, stuff like that. Gold is just chilling. Oh, it must have heard me pushing up. See gold on the 4 hour, it broke that previous low. Yeah, gold's just ranging right now. Alright, gold's retesting that daily flip. Let's see if the daily flips bullish. Wait, that's not even where the daily flip is. Damn. Gold is very bullish today. Said GJ has a better setup than gold if it closes below. If it closes below. Like this range up here is not really that big. So with some volume, it wouldn't really be nothing for pound yen to push up and close above this resistance. Alright, new 15-minute candle just opened. Gold's still pushing. Alright, it's tapping into this little resistance. Where are you looking for gold buys? You know what? That's a good question. That's actually a good question. Gold buys. I don't really like this range, to be honest with you. Like, the range for the sells is cleaner, but I think if some volume kicks in on gold, then the volume will push gold right through this range. Because you got all these lower highs. But man, this is a strong candle right here. Broke the 1 hour high. The thing is with gold is these stop losses are just huge. 60 pips that one. Oh, this 15 there's no bottom wick. Alright, so it's gonna come back for that. And this 15 has no top wick. So you might just push up into this. Push up, make a little top wick here and continue down. Because the structure is still bearish. Okay. See, I like this with pound yen. Pushing down towards the end of the candle. Just hopefully it doesn't drive too much. Right, it's got to get to 26.42 to make this top wick. Yeah, I'm not feeling gold buys. Too many levels in between. Now if this created a support, we've got a resistance 24 pips away, 32 pips away, and then 56 to the highs. But the stop loss, if you use previous candle, was already 60 pips, so negative risk rewards, no good. Nah, GJ looks like it's gonna be the play. This is 4 hour looking like. Just gotta have a blank chart sometimes. Look at this 4 hour, man. Yeah, it doesn't want to push up, does it? Just respecting that previous 4 hour high. Pushing down a bit much into this range though. 16 pips left. Jeez. Impulse entry. Yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah, GJ left, man. It left, it left. You've been killing these GJ sales today, man. Wow. Look at that. What a rejection. You saying Benny impulse entry and gold too? This stop loss is huge. 94 pips. Would have been 60 on the candle flip. Nah, these wicks here, man, dangerous. Oh man, pound, yen, why? Still got 7 minutes. I don't even trust that this candle will stay down here. If it doesn't continue driving, it could still wick up and close above this resistance. Honestly. But we're breaking these lows, looking good. Is that the 4-hour low? Nah, way to go. GJ left us. Yes, it did. It really did. Man. Alright, now, so what I'm thinking with pound yen is if it pushes down, daily flips bearish, we get a retest of this 4-hour support and it holds, I'm looking for a support and then buys back up. Because pound yen is still, structure wise, looking at the daily, I mean, this week is still quite bullish. And this support has been holding. So if we come back up, and we've already broken yesterday's high. So we could pull back, you know, retest that 4-hour level and then push back up. That's not off the table. We have to hold at this 188.5, 0.6. If it holds, I'm looking to retrace this drop. Damn, feel the range. You said, what do you say? Closure below would be wonderful, but the 4-hour support is too close. It is kind of close. Do you know what? It's not, for me, it's not even that it's that close. It depends where this candle closes. Obviously, I like to take the break of the low, but my thing is actually the stop loss. Yeah, nah, it's too close. It's less than 20 pips. Less than 20 pips. But you know what? I think pound yen could even push below. We'll see how we'll see how the 4-hour candle closes anyway. That's the important thing. Oh, gold is still dropping. Look at that. This is a wicked top wick, you know. This is a horrible top wick. Like, what is this? And this, I'm not gonna lie, this would have upset me because this is a perfect setup right here. Perfect setup. Push 29 pips for price to pull up, come back into the range, and then push all the way back down. That's nasty business. Not cool, gold, not cool. Alright, gold is left. Pound yen is at the support. So it's either going to break it or respect it. Let's see if this support holds. It looks like it might hold. Still have a minute. Sorry, I had to get the door. Alright, so GJ held at that support. Wow, look at that gold candle. Gold pulled all the way up. Gold pulled all the way up. And GJ's holding right here. Benny, did you get your 20 pips? You took the impulse entry. Damn. Didn't quite get. No, it depends where you got in. Oh man, gold. Now, gold closed below, but I'm not going to take any sells right here. This price action is not clean. We've got all of these wicks to the left. I mean, yeah, no point forcing anything. Plus, what's the stop loss? It's not going to be the breaker this low. Entry's not going to be the breaker that low. For 120 pip stop. It's not going to be entry candle high for 80 pips. Plus, this is waiting for a break of this long wick. It's not going to be worth it. Let's see what pound yen gives us. Now, it would be good because this 4-hour candle is about to close in 27 minutes. If this current candle came down to the support, it would be perfect. I don't think we're going to get that. So we need this 30-minute candle to break this low, below this support, fill this wick to the left. But it's good that the candles open up and it's pushing up first, because then ideally towards the end of the candle we should drive down, pretty much like what this previous candle did, like what the last 30-minute did. Yeah, man, come down, retest these Asian lows. We're already in the range. A 1 hour closure below this support would be good too. Below 188 point, let's call it 87. Range is pretty clean on a 1 hour, apart from these wicks. Alright, I was at the top wick. She just needs to break this low. Daily flip bearish. My friend said, how was London session? But I was like, London session was not pretty. Just range. Yeah, I didn't really see anything. Like, looking back, this buy might have been good here, but this resistance to the left wasn't very nice. But we had an engulfing, a push up, retest the highs, 63 pips, entry candle, stop loss. Not bad, 14 pips. And you could have anticipated with volume, we push past this level here. But yeah, I don't take trades after 9 o'clock, so I wouldn't have taken that anyway. These sells back down was a nice little continuation pattern. This was probably the nicest trade on gold today. So entry here, breaking that low. Stop loss previous high. Perfect. Look, 37 pips down to the support. 60 pips. It's nearly 2 to 1. Yeah, you got to look back at things like that, where you could have got in, what setups would have played out. GJ continuation pattern. I mean, you know I love a continuation pattern, but the only reason I wouldn't take it on the 15 is because it's selling right into this support. You know, I can't sell into supports. I can sell below support all day long. Alright, gold, you want to fill this wick? Yeah, look, re-breaking that 4-hour low. We should come down to 32.11 into this 4-hour support. Only 50 pips away. Says so much for late moves. I know, right? It's like random volume. Just no, I mean, is it random? This, I'm not even surprised by this push down, to be honest. Because this is quite a strong support here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 candles holding at that price. Alright, this candle should break this low and continue. Come on, all the way down. It's not even far. 21 pips. It's light work. You're gonna take another entry, another impulse. I mean, you might as well. You're already in profit, right? But obviously you would have to break this low to get in. Yeah, I'm going to be careful at this level just because it's quite a significant level. And I say that because all of this here, all of these wicks into this area, you know, wicked into it, pushed down, finally broke, and then we wick down, push up, again we wick down, push up. So yeah, I'd be a bit careful down here. That's why I want a solid closure, because if I get a closure below, it's what none of these candles have done. It's not just a wick, it's a whole candle body down here. I shouldn't even be laughing. I shouldn't even be laughing at the markets, but what is gold doing? What is this wiki behavior? Oh, these guys are talking. What are they talking about? So I'm starting fresh, top of the morning. Got in sales last night. Alright, here we go. Come on, give us that push now. I don't know why. Every time I look at gold, it literally just makes me laugh because it's just making me laugh. It just looks crazy. It looks crazy right now. And now I'm imagining what it might do. I'm imagining it pushing up and then just falling all the way back through this range. Because there's still so much time for it to do that. But these wick ups are just, they're bad business. Alright, pound yen. I'm going to get that push. Here we go. Go on, break the low. Should drive down once it breaks this low. Oh wait, new 15-minute candle just opened. Alright, there we go. 15 closed right on the support. If the 15 had closed below, it would have given me more confidence for the push. Shoot, sorry. We still have this 15-minute candle up here with no top wick. Yeah, I'm gonna leave gold because gold is just not very clean right now. Pound yen is like a slow drip. Said this support is strong. It is very strong. That's why I wait for closures. Impulse entries, yeah, they just, I have such a bad win ratio. It's not even bad, but it's literally about 50-50. I would say more 40-60 to the losing side for me in impulse entries. I just don't like them. I need that extra confirmation, and for me that's a closure below. But I like to see you use them, you know. I like to see you use them. I like when they work out for you. But you're a bit more of a risk taker, Benny boy. But yeah, when I've back tested impulse entries, it just, I either get, it just creates a wick and then I get stopped out. Sometimes I paper trade it. I'll look and I go, oh, impulse entry, and I'll just, you know, did that play out? And sometimes it pushes, but a lot of the time I get wicks. Alright, there we go. Finally a push. When? In the last 10 minutes of the candle. Always with pound yen. That's when we get the volume. Last 10 minutes. Before the hour close or before a 30-minute close. Alright, if this daily flips bearish, we should get a nice drive down. Finally. Create a longer bottom wick. We don't have much of a bottom wick, you know. What is this, like 10 pips? 13 pips? Oh yeah. And it's pushing down from a daily resistance. Alright, where we going? Where we going, pound yen? Alright, 9 minutes before this candle closes. Really, if this 4-hour candle closes below this 4-hour support right here, I think we get a nice continuation down. Just needs to keep pushing now. So we're at the daily flip. High gold, buy gold. So the daily needs to flip, right? The daily does need to flip. Literally just tapped into the daily open. Oof, wicked pullback. Oh, don't close above that support. That was a crazy pullback. Still got time, still got just under 7 minutes, you know, could push back down. But that is, look where it tapped. It tapped the daily flip exactly. Back up in this range. Wow. Jeez. It's that 20 pip pullback. 5 minutes. That wasn't a nice pullback on GJ. What's gold doing? Yeah, no setups on gold just yet. Alright, I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes. The hourly candle closes in 5. And I want to see how this new 4-hour candle opens. But oh, that was a decent pullback just now. See if price can push back down in the next 5 minutes. It's not looking good, man. Back in the 90s. Holding at this support. See, now if I took that impulse entry, I would have been smacked. Because it broke its own high. Hit break even on both entries. Man, I thought you would have closed partials on the first one at least, because that had to have been 20 pips. I mean, that one hit just like nearly 30 pips. Might get a continuation pattern, but like I said, I don't like to sell into support. So, and this is a decent push up, but it could just be a 4-hour bottom wick. But looking at these 4-hour bottom wicks, look, they're quite long. Last 2 candles, very long bottom wicks. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get the same, maybe a push up. But structure on pound yen is still bullish, and that's the main thing. Your first entry, the runner hit BE. Okay, okay. I thought so. I know you close quite quickly. Still looking for this 1 hour to close below this little 1 hour support. But I mean, with all of these wicks down here, GJ sells, they just don't look great. And plus, they weren't going to be long term anyway. But still. GJ. Alright, candle's about to close. Got the new 4-hour candle about to open. Where are we going? Not gonna close below that 1 hour support. Got a continuation candle. Gold closed back in the range. GJ still in this Asian range. See if it pushes up back into the 189s. This could just be a 4-hour top wick. Yeah, I don't like the way this is closed. I really don't. So what I would have been looking for on pound yen now, if it had closed with a stronger bearish body and below this level here, then yeah, I'll be looking for a wick fill and a break of the low and, you know, continuation down. But this candle is pretty much a doji or indecision. But these last 3 4-hour candles, they've pretty much been the same. Long top wick, long bottom wick. It's just not the best price action. Just ranging, just within this range. And these gold buys, it looks like a fake out because we closed below and now we've closed back in the range. But this right here, This is what's stopping me from the buys. Because the daily's bullish. It's the new 4-hour candle. Obviously, that's bullish. If I had a clean range to the left, if this resistance wasn't here, then I'd get into buys on this candle. Anticipating price push through the range, but if this resistance here and how price has reacted to it before, you know, we've got this top wicks up here, we've tapped into it, this candle, yeah, nah. GJ kind of, it doesn't even look like a fake out because we didn't close below, but we did push below the support and then close back in the range. Yeah, nothing here for me today, guys. Nothing here for me today. These candles didn't really close, leaving a lot of opportunities, but all right, let's clean it up a bit now. So we've got some new ranges. Alright, so what I'm looking for now for the rest of the day, well, I'm gonna stop trading in like an hour anyway. I still want to see a retest of this 4-hour support. If GJ does come down and retest it and I get support formed off of it, I'll be looking for buyers back up. This is the new range we have on pound yen from 189.28 down to 188.7. Yeah, I mean, this candle could just make a bottom wick, push up, fill this range, but yeah, it's a new 4-hour candle. I'm just gonna wait for it to set up. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Back again tomorrow, same time. Have you got news tomorrow? I think it's all we've got pound news tomorrow. I think pound CPI is tomorrow morning, if I remember correctly. Where's my calendar? Yep, pound CPI. Oh, we got retail sales tomorrow. Okay, that's good. Should have some fun with that. Catch some volume at 1:30. But yeah, back again tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Be careful on these charts. They're not looking pretty today. They're not looking pretty today. Alright, gold's pushing up. Yeah, I don't really see any opportunities just yet. Alright, guys, peace out.